wait for everyone to hop on here. My name's Melissa, and I'm with Shumsky. I'm the Senior Marketing Manager, and thank you for attending today. Just a couple of tips before we get started. You can use the chat box feature on the right-hand side of your screen. We're asking for everyone to interact. Tell us you're here. Tell us where you're dialing in from. We'll be asking trivia questions throughout the presentation as well to give you a chance to win some exciting door prizes. We will also have the chance for a grand prize winner to take home some exciting items as well. So be sure to stay dialed in throughout the length of the presentation. To use full screen mode at any time during the presentation, use the icon in the bottom right of your video panel and click on the four corners. Now I'd like to introduce Don Conway, Shumsky and Boost Engagement CEO, to kick off our event.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our first virtual ShumskyFest event. I hope you all received your ShumskyFest box. For those of you that recently registered, you will be getting it in the mail this week. I'm very excited about today's event. We are all adapting to this new remote economy and interacting through technology as opposed to in person. So with that in mind, our team, together with our supplier partners, have put together the latest trends and ideas on how to engage your employees, enhance their experience, and build your brand. So over the next 90 minutes, we'll take you through the engagement journey. And as Melissa said, there'll be some fun prizes and some free gifts along the way. And a grand prize winner will be announced at the end of today's presentation. Thank you again for spending time with us today. I'd now like to introduce you to Julie Clark. Many of you know Julie. Julie is our COO, and she leads marketing and sales. And she's going to give you a brief overview of the engagement journey. Julie.
Thanks, Dawn. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am excited to kick off the very first door prize question. So use the chat. The question that I have for you today is, what toy was next to impossible to find during the COVID lockdown? I'm going to give you a hint. This item can be assembled independently. It retails for right around $20 normally. During COVID, it actually sold for over $100. And we gave you a mini one in your registration box. So take a few minutes, click the answer to the question, and I will share the answer here shortly. So the answer is a puzzle. My favorite brand of puzzle is a Ravensburger puzzle. I have one with me right now. You can see the brand. It has great color. The pieces connect incredibly well together. The final picture is vibrant and beautiful. It keeps me engaged all the way to the end. And I'm a repeat buyer. In fact, I have a whole cabinet of Ravensburger puzzles. I would also say that I'm a brand ambassador. I'm actually talking about their brand. I'm not getting anything for that. I always recommend this brand when someone asks me about a great toy or a puzzle. I've also assembled other puzzle brands where the images are blurry, the pieces don't connect well, and they completely lose my interest. In most cases, I never finish it, and I will never buy another one like it. Compare this to an employee's journey in the workplace. Whether it's when they first land day one on the job, you're recruiting new employees, you're recognizing your employees through recognition programs. If your programs and your initiatives are not clear and they're disconnected, they will have a poor experience and engagement will suffer. We recognize that these experiences need to happen in every single step of the employment journey. They need to be strong, They need to connect well, just like the puzzle example I just gave you. We're going to walk you through every single step of the journey from the very start of recruiting all the way to the end where you either retire or you are actually building brand ambassadors for when they leave the organization and are out talking about you and your brand. So I'm going to bring on Amy Berger. And Amy, I thought you ought to really just share some really great options around this fabulous promo tool. I just love this, and full of puzzle pieces, so one of my favorite things. But I know you have some great ways that you can share how to leverage this. So I'm going to pass this over to you. There you go.
Thank you, Julie. So I love this piece. It's a custom product. You can do any picture you want. It's really easy to ship, lightweight. It's about a 5 to 6 week production time. There's a low minimum of only 250 pieces, not pieces of jigsaw puzzle, but actual test tube pieces. And it retails for about $6. So it's a really affordable way for you not just to engage potential candidates, but also to engage your customers. So if you take the time to put this together, send us a picture on social media, tag Shumsky, and we will make sure you get a great prize. But let's kick it off with another trivia question. So in regard to recruiting, new hire candidates, and I want to read this so I get it right. New hire candidates will decide on a future with an organization within the first X number of days of employment. So here are your choices. You can go with either A, within the first 1 day of employment, B, the first 30 days of employment, or C, the first 90 days of employment. So chat your answers and we will be in touch with the winner for a fabulous prize. You know, recruiting is all about standing out, especially right now when everyone is doing their recruiting and they're interviewing online. For example, if you have people in your agency that are interviewing candidates and they don't have a banner behind them with your company name on them, how are you standing out from everyone else they're talking about? What about a banner with some core values on it? Again, it's a way to differentiate yourself, which is where we come in to help you on this first step. But it's not just about having a great backdrop. It's also about having a fantastic gift to give to someone. You know, whether you're back at a trade show in a few months and you're handing something to someone in person, or you want to follow up with a gift for those great candidates that you want to come take another look at you, you need a creative and unique solution to help you on this step of the journey. When I need a creative and unique solution, I call my friend Steve. Hi, Steve. I'm so excited. Show me what is new and hot and ready to go.
Oh my gosh, thanks for letting me participate in this awesome promo journey that you guys put together. And I think you were right when you said you're trying to attract the best people to the company. Company image is everything. And we all know the best way to put that image out there is to use promotional products from Shumsky. And I think one of the ways to set yourself apart from other people that are trying to recruit the best employees out there is to, do items that are new or cool or fun or innovative. Everybody's always looking for that kind of thing. And, when you think about, being at the trade show and maybe in 3 or 4 months, hopefully, when you're at recruiting fairs, job fairs, things like that, you want to give out lip balms, sanitizer, that kind of thing. Now, how do we make it different? How do we make it cool? If you see here, the little duos on the right have a lip balm and a mint box built in. And what this gives you is like 2 different ways to brand. So you can really put your company graphics on the lip balm, and then any kind of information like your mission statements or whatever on the mint box. So that's super cool. And I think it's going to be great. Another thing to think about when you're gifting, and Amy and Shumsky can help you guys out with this, is to look for retail inspired gifts, because people want to get the things that they perceive as being really cool as what's selling in retail. So think, right now everybody's at home. The holidays are coming up. Candles are really big. You see the little matches candle set with the beautiful icon logo. That's super cool. Candles are huge right now. They've been huge all summer with everybody working from home. Now, this is an awesome candle in a box, and you see the white leather with the beautiful embossed logo. Now, how are you going to get this to these employees that you're talking to? I mean, they're trying to recruit. You can send it out in a mailer tube. Over on the right, you see Aveda there. Beautiful candles and and they smell really good. We have tons of scents. That's like a grapefruit currant scent, and you can send it out in this mailer tube. It works great, and you've got so many branding possibilities. Another great idea that we did this year for recruiting employees was the blue light blocking glasses. Now, these are really hot in retail right now. Everybody's staring at their devices, their computers all day long. And what better way to connect with someone when you're going to have a Zoom interview than to give them some really cool blue blocking glasses? So, this company was a large accounting software company. They were trying to recruit potential employees. They needed a drop ship gift, beautiful full color graphics on the bag, the logo on the glasses, and we have these hip styles. So you've got your kind of hipster professor, hipster nerd, all kinds of cool. The glasses people actually wear because nobody's going to put anything on your face that doesn't look cool. So another big thing right now, you see it all over Pinterest, are these message boards. Due to the quarantine, I'll only be telling inside jokes. So this is amazing. And we've come up with an item that I know Shumsky has sold a lot, and that's this little message board that you can put your own messages on. So this was a company that was a national tech cloud company, Molecule. They gave out these awesome message boards with some felt journals and coasters and even a copper candle in the little copper tin. So, all these things, you can get these sets and kit them together. And I think kitting, you can do different levels where maybe your top prospects get the whole kit. Somebody that you may be interested in but don't want to spend a lot of money on just maybe gets the candle, that kind of thing. These are our best-selling items for work from home. You see the little cipher message board, the Quinn and Finley blue blocking glasses, and puzzles like Julie was talking about are really cool. Perpetual calendars, that kind of thing. So I've got a couple of nice work from home ideas as well. You see down in the bottom right, there's a kit with socks, a candle, and a hat. There's also flask, whiskey stones, and little cutting boards, leather wrap mugs. Those are all amazing gifts, and that really gives your image a boost, which is what you're trying to do. Another big work from home idea are the dish towels. Now, you guys know everybody's got one hanging in their kitchen. This is my boss's kitchen on the right. Don't leave dishes in sink. So everybody's doing these fun slogans. We've got stock graphics you can just roll with. So, just drop your logo in on our stock graphics and send these out. These are super cool gifts for the holidays as well. So right now, everybody's working on devices, their phones, their laptops. People are working at home on things besides, laptops. So they have to have a place to hold them. This is a full color folding. It's got a piece of aluminum inside. We can dye sub it, put that message on there, and you can use it, and it works great. It's our flight flap. We also have a new pop socket style called the Momo stick, which is flat, and you can charge through it. Beautiful graphics. Now, the tech guys, anybody that uses pop sockets will love this piece. Also, apparel. Let's say you're trying to attract employees and you don't want to buy 200 backpacks or 500 hoodies. You can just buy one and make it cool. So you've got design it any way you want with your graphics. Here's some lifestyle shots of the backpack and the hoodie. These are really, really, really cool. Great prices and fast turns. These are just some ideas. We talk about putting kits together, socks, badge holders, cleaning cloths, all that stuff. There's the little Momo stick there too with themes. So here's one we did for the seniors of 2020, hoodies, lanyards, socks, headbands, all that stuff. Now, another big big category right now for attracting employees and attracting people to your company is to use aromatherapy. So everybody's stressed. They're trying to fit themselves into a new normal, and aromatherapy is super awesome for relaxation. We have a whole line of diffusers and oils and bath salts, everything like that you can just put your own logo on, brand it however you want. There's a lifestyle shot of one of our spa gifts. These are fantastic. Relax, we've got you. Join our company. Also, masks are big, and I think the coolest thing about mask is the dye sub. We have several styles. This one you can design any way you want. So there's the Converse, it looks really cool. You can put your brand out there and also tell potential employees that you're safe. Their safety is important. So, there's some stock patterns that you can pull from. If you don't have a full color logo, you can drop your branding in on these stock patterns. Super awesome. And I think really until the middle of next year, we're going to be dealing with masks. So mask keepers, dye sublimated masks that we can do really fast are going to be important. And I think for attracting employees, the kits are where it's at. So you see these kits that have mint lip balm combo, sanitizer, ear savers, all in a little bag, branded on everything, full color. And there's tons of different styles that you see here. We have ones for 12-hour shift for these factory employees that they can have back to the office kits for when your remote employees come back. What are you going to give them when they first walk into the office? A couple of sanitizers and a mask in a bag. That's super cool. So that sums it up for me, and I hope you guys have fun on the rest of the journey.
Thank you so much, Steve. I love all those products. Everyone in the chat is talking about the aromatherapy and the candles.
Oh, it's
and I've
so
become
fun.
a huge candle junkie. So I'm right there. I love
Yes.
that.
So
So
thanks
on
again,
our
guys.
next step of the journey, I want to introduce my fantastic friend Sandra and Mike, and they are going to take us next. Hi, guys.
Thanks, Amy. Hi, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. We want to talk to you a little bit about onboarding and how drinkware fits into this step of the journey. So onboarding is such an important step in the journey process. Some key benefits that the companies will see with a successful onboarding experience include improving employee retention and productivity, as well as an increase in employee referrals, which in turn reduce costs for turnover and recruiting efforts. So there's a lot of benefits to a strong strategic onboarding experience. So at this point, the employee has made their decision to be part of this new work family, and now they're ready to move forward. So the onboarding will give them the first insight to what this world may look like. They're asking themselves questions such as, will I feel part of this team? Do I understand the company message clearly? And am I really ready to jump in and be part of the company's success? And hopefully the onboarding experience answers all of these questions for them positively. So drinkware is a great brand impression vessel to include in a new hire kit. It allows for creative concepts from welcoming the employee to the team, sharing core values, the company's message, and it goes with him or her wherever they go. Are they working at the office? Are they working at home? Or are they just out on the go and want to take their drinkware with them just to show that I'm now part of this family and I'm proud of it? So hopefully that's what we'll be able to share with you today, give you some great ideas. But before I bring Mike over, which you can see him now, I want to ask you the trivia question that you can answer and put in the chats. And at the end of the event team will share the prize winner. So what percentage of employees who had a great onboarding experience stayed with their company for more than 3 years? Is it A, 0%, B, 30%, or C, 70%? So go ahead and chat away, and I'm going to turn this over to Mike and let him wow you with some great ideas.
Awesome. Thank you, Sandra. Can you hear me okay? Just making sure you can hear me.
Gotcha.
Good deal. Can you hear me okay? You can hear me. Perfect. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to share some drinkware ideas with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and move over to, we're going to jump right into this journey of drinkware, okay? So are you able to see the ShumskyFest slide?
It's not showing, Mike.
It is not showing. Okay, let's try this again. I apologize. Share it.
Technical difficulty, it happens.
There it goes. Thank you. Perfect. So let's dive right in. Basically, what I want to talk about, guys, is number one, why drinkware, right? You're probably thinking that's a great looking picture, Mike, but what are you going to show me?
Hey, Mike, real quick.
Yep.
I think the wrong slide is up.
No, I'm starting with this one. I just don't know how to move it.
Okay.
It's not moving on my end. I apologize, guys. Okay.
The 2020 catalog is showing right now.
Right.
A holiday.
Yeah, I want to jump into the next screen, but it's not allowing me to convert it. I'm not sure why. Let me try to share it one more time. Love technical difficulties. Here we go. Share. It's on. Can you see it?
The holiday catalog cover?
Yes.
Yes, that's what's up.
So now, can you see why drinkware?
Yes.
Perfect. We're on track, guys. Hang in there. So really what I wanted to take time to do is just share some why drinkware facts with you guys, okay? As you're out wondering what you're going to spend your money on, this happens to be one of those years where maybe funds are a little tight, right? Not really sure if I'm going to spend them the way I should be spending them. So let me just give you a couple of great ideas as to why you should at least be considering drinkware. Number one, you can clearly see the number 2 there in bold red. And part of the reason I put it in bold red is because I want you to understand that drinkware is considered the second largest category in the promotional product world next to apparel, right? Well, what does that mean? Shouldn't I be buying a lot of apparel? I won't disagree with you. You should be buying a ton of apparel, okay? But the reason that I think, and maybe I'm a little biased, but you may or may disagree with me, but let's give it a shot. Here's what drinkware can offer you ultimately, okay? Number one, the highest visibility of your brand on a drinkware piece. And number 2, the most daily used promotional product with your brand on it. Remember those 2 things, highest visibility, most daily usage. As I continue, there's a lot of reasons why I can explain why you need to be thinking about drinkware, right? Number 1 is the easiest, is somebody is drinking something out of a vessel. So you need a drinkware piece, right? That's clear. There's other reasons out there why you should be using drinkware and why reusable drinkware is an option. I'm not going to go doom and gloom. You can see what happens to our oceans with plastic pieces that are thrown. I want to focus on this 266 number right in front of you guys. On average, they say that a company, maybe your size, maybe smaller or larger, will spend on average $266 per person per year on bottled water. Think about that for a second. So really what I want to tap into is your ROI, right? Return on investment, I think now more than ever means something pretty special. We want to be very careful where we're spending our funds and how do I spend them so people can come back to me? And this is how we can do it. go through Shumsky, right? Imagine if they can come to you and say, hey, what if I knock this dollar figure down to under $50 or under $30 or under $15? Whatever your price, we can make that happen through drinkware. Okay. As I continue to move on, what we offer through our company at ETS Express, who is a very close partner with Shumsky, I might add, is not only great designs, but obviously some great retail brands that you can see here. Bubba happens to be the latest retail brand, which we've added this year to kind of show you. What's really nice about drinkware is that now more than ever, people love the stainless steel, vacuum insulated, obviously, because you can hold hot and cold. Do me a favor, wave. See the wave on the bottom? I'm going to come back to it, so you'll see what I'm talking about. Bringing you some great retail-esque designs is what we're about, but we do more than just that. As I'm scrolling through some of these, I want you to get an idea of some of the things that you can envision either handing out to employees, back in the office type settings, or maybe even just handing out to people that are coming into your business as appreciation gifts, right? So the knockout, I want you to remember, because I'm going to be talking about that as well. Tumblers, keep in mind, there's a lot of options out there in the retail world. Here's what's great. You can pay a lot of money for a retail item, or you can come to us through Shumsky, because we not only offer some retail items, but we offer some great retail-esque looking items that are going to be just as high quality as those retail brands you find yourself looking at in big box stores, but you're not going to pay that retail price. It's going to be a third of the price in most cases. Some of you will see some really cool designs like our new H2Go Echo, which you see here. As I keep moving on, kind of showing you some other ideas, ceramics has been an interesting new item for us that in terms of designs, we have really come out and offered some really cool, unique looks in terms of, for example, the bottoms offering this nice cork base look. Some fun colors, obviously. Matte exteriors seem to be what is killing it out there. People want that really cool look with matte exteriors and glossy interior finishes. A couple other things regarding ceramics is the two-tone look with the unglazed bottom has been extremely popular. Show you a really cool new piece called the Magnolia, which I'm sure you can imagine sitting on your desk right now. And don't forget, we can send you these samples. So make sure you ask your reps over at Shumsky. Here's some other things that you should consider as well. We can offer some gift set ideas, some 2-item packages, as you see here. We can also offer 4-item packages, some wonderful gift sets, as we call them, right? Already pre-made items with some selected pieces. And if you really want to go overboard, we can offer some really cool selective gift sets that offer you a lot of opportunity to even brand. So this is basically an insert. And what you could do is we could take that insert out and we can put or drop a full color design on the bottom. So think about telling a story of a new product that you're launching. Think about the holidays. Hey, here's a Christmas letter, holiday letter that you want to post on the bottom, thanking everybody. A lot of really cool features that we can offer. So aside from just product, guys, I want to talk briefly about some other things that make us unique, not only to us, but unique in terms of how we can make your brand talk. Okay. So we offer stock designs that we can basically develop with any design using your own color schemes. As you can see here, if you don't have stock designs or you don't want to use our stock designs, think about using your elements, your pieces of art that are involved within your brand and start rotating them, right? To really tell the story, if you will. Nameplates is another idea that I'll talk about briefly. I'm going to stop sharing here for a second because I would rather go live with you guys. So give me a second. Can you see me again, Sandra?
I can.
Perfect. So now I'm going live with you guys, okay? I'm going to show you this logo. It's called The Last Stand. Imagine your logo being a 3-color imprint, as you see here. Sure, you could slap the logo on and make it look cool, right? Large and in charge, it looks great. But what if nobody knows what your brand is? In this particular case, what the heck is The Last Stand? Is it a comic relief program? What is it? No, in fact, what I'll do is I'll use elements or icons to basically tell the story so that I can show exactly what my brand means. This happens to be the last stand that you'll ever go to for any burgers and fries. Okay, so here we're showcasing some really cool designs with sticker-like concepts. A great idea for you guys out there is if you are co-branding with other companies, imagine your logo front and center, and then you're taking other co-sponsorships to highlight the fact that you guys are all partners, right? So that's a cool idea there. Another thing that I want to show you real quickly is what we call the KO. The KO is a really cool piece, and I'll show you why. So a lot of people have asked me throughout this COVID, Mike, do you have hands-free items? And so I jokingly say, well, if it was hands-free, how are you going to drink out of it? So really what I think they meant to say was, do you have anything that's sanitary safe, right? I think you guys would agree you like that better. So here's my sanitary safe bottle. I open it up by pushing the button, I drink from it, and guess what? My fingers never have to touch what touches my mouth. So another great idea, use a sanitary safe option, and something like this, well under $8. So keep that in mind, guys. One last item I want to showcase. Can everybody wave? I know you're all waving right now. So here's the wave live and in person, right? So here's what's cool about the wave. We can do lid print concepts for you, right? You want to showcase your brand a little bit more, speak volumes of it. But here's what's really cool. From afar, you see this kind of ombre finish, right? If I look and bring it up really close to you, and if I can get some light there, you'll see that it says H2Go Wave. Not only that, but we've highlighted it with a cool turtle, shell, a really cool shark. If you're afraid of sharks, don't worry. This bottle is super cool. And the reason I'm showing you this is just the ability for you to brand yourself in a way, maybe a subtle way, right? You're thinking about onboarding, gift ideas for your employees only. Maybe they don't want to see the shout of the logo, especially if it's a lot of colors, but they want to know where it came from. So we can do that in a very subtle way by using what we call satin etch imprint. And in this particular piece, what's really cool is you're not taken away from the substrate. People are gravitating towards this item because of the look. And now you can add the brand without really doing anything to it. Last but not least, guys, I hope you're ready. You remember the knockout bottle, right? What did I call this? I heard somebody say sanitary safe. You are correct. I said sanitary safe. But here's another way where you can add that element of sanitary safe to any item, okay? Most of you are familiar with this little mug. It's a stemless wine glass. But guess what? I use a stemless wine glass as an ice cream cup because it keeps my ice cream cold forever. But really what I want to showcase is the ability for you to use nameplates as people are coming back to the office, right? We're all, I would say, 99.9% probably more germophobic than we've ever been in our lives, right? Unfortunately, due to 2020. So this is a great way for you to add a nameplate so people can write their names on it and have fun doing it. Make it creative, use elements, icons within your brand. Remember, don't just slap your logo on, tell your story. Sandra, back to you.
Mike, that was great. I'm seeing a lot of chat going on over on the side here. Sounds great. Everybody's interested in a lot of the different products you shared. So good luck to everybody and how these can work for you and your onboarding and other projects that you're working on. But right now, what I want to do is introduce our next group sharing. So I want to introduce Bobby and Corey, and they're going to share the peer-to-peer recognition and incentives segment of the journey. Hi, Bobby.
Hey, Sandra. Thanks so much. You know, Corey, before we get started, I want to know in the chat window if everyone can tell me who's drinking currently out of a branded piece of drinkware. That will really show you how impactful it is. So just go ahead and everyone fill that chat box because I know you all are. And if you have already received your box, you should be drinking from the one we sent you, which is a beautiful piece filled with water or whatever it is you would like to fill it with. So as Sandra mentioned, I'm Bobby, and this is my friend Corey, and we're going to be talking about the next step of the journey, which for all of you is peer-to-peer recognition and incentives. So our normal has changed quite a bit. We're all aware of that. And We've listened and we've heard, and as we've been moving towards the next normal that we all want to enjoy and experience together, we've lost our employee peer-to-peer engagement. So our goal is to help you bring that back. And our Boost Engagement platform, which Corey is going to demo for us in just a moment, will really help connect the peers together through our social media feed and the ability to award each other points, as well as connect them back to your brand through your core values, which is so super important. So if we think about the journey so far, we've started with recruiting, we've gotten them bought into your brand, we moved over to the onboarding experience. So now they're invested. They think that you love them and you do love them. So now we need to connect them to the employees and to your core values. And we can do this right away, right when they walk in that door. So Corey, if you don't mind, please take it away and show us that demo.
Absolutely. Happy to do it. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here and walk everybody through what that might look like. Now, obviously, this is just a demo platform. So when we would set up a program like this for your organization, it would be custom branded. We can customize the colors. Obviously, the initiatives for awarding would be all customized, catered to your organization initiatives. But walking through kind of that peer-to-peer process, which Bobby, thanks for mentioning the kind of importance of this peer-to-peer recognition, especially now through this remote workforce that we are experiencing. It's very nice having this news feed here, which displays all the awards that happen within the organization, so that these, your activities and your accomplishments aren't just being to yourself. It's displayed to your entire organization, and others can come in here and they can comment on your awards. So let's kind of see what that would look like from an end-to-end perspective. There's two different ways that we can go about sending a peer-to-peer recognition. One is a direct peer-to-peer recognition. The other would be a peer nomination. And I'll point out the distinction between the two. We'll start with a peer nomination. In this case, I'm going to award Bobby for doing a fantastic job throughout this presentation so far. So we are going to choose be passionate about what we do and have fun with it, which happens to be one of our internal core values. Again, I'll mention these initiatives, these reasons, they'd be catered to your personal core values, or any other number of reasons you'd want to set up here. Bobby, great job so far on the presentation. So in this case, I'm doing a peer nomination. This can be set up in an organization that wants to have some sort of approval process before the awards hit the newsfeed and before points are distributed. Another way that we can configure your program is to allow direct peer-to-peer awarding. This can be with points or without points. So the process is much the same. It's really just the outcome or the immediacy that's the difference. This one not requiring any sort of approval. It's a direct award. So Bobby, great job again. When I press next, you'll notice this time when I go to the news feed, it's already there. So there's no approval process necessary. The award goes straight through, and then immediately everyone else within the organization or within your team or department can see this award, can come in here, they can like it, they can come in and participate and congratulate their peers. Thanks again. Now, there's the program obviously lends itself to a lot more than just peer-to-peer recognition. We can also run special initiatives like wellness challenges or sales initiatives, things like that, through our self-reporting tool. So people can come in here, they can report on accomplishments that they're wanting to self-report. So in a wellness scenario, they might be saying, okay, I went to the gym 12 times this month. And then that can be approved by the manager. So the awarding can go much beyond just that peer-to-peer aspect. and can be highly configured for your organization's needs. Now, just to kind of give some perspective, you see that I'm logged in here as Brian. Brian has 60 points. These points have actual value to them. So we can jump out into our catalog, and as these users accrue points through these peer-to-peer awards or through any number of initiatives that your organization might run, these points can be transferred into actual product that they can purchase. So we offer, our merchandise catalog has over 100,000 products domestically. We offer vacations and travel. You can donate your points to charity if there's not something that, if you'd prefer to do it that way. Tickets and events, obviously that's a little light right now due to COVID. Same with the experiences, but these are great offerings to local concerts, as well as, big experiences like a Disney vacation or a cruise, things like that. And we offer gift cards, prepaid visas. Any of these items can be turned on and off depending on what your organization would like to include within the catalog. So again, as with everything else I mentioned, highly configurable and highly customizable to your organization.
Wow, great, Corey. So just to summarize everything you went through, the platform is wonderful to allow employees to talk to each other and recognize a job well done based off of core values, for managers to recognize employees based off a job well done, to increase health and wellness within the company. Did I miss anything?
I think you covered it.
Wow, that's really great. But we can use it for a little bit more, right? So other options that we've used our Boost platform before, we can use it as sales incentive. So if you think about large sales organizations right now, their teams typically go on big lavish vacations for their top performers once a year. Right now, that's not happening for them, right? So what can we do?
Well, we can run a special initiative through this program, as we've done already for various clients of ours who have found themselves in that situation.
Right, we can take that budget and we can apply it directly to this platform, providing them however many points your budget allows, and they can decide what their experience looks like this year, which I think is super impactful and super helpful. Right, Corey?
That's absolutely right.
So how about that trivia question, Corey?
Yeah, so our question for this segment is, what is a key objective for 60% of employee recognition programs? This was reported by organizations who pointed out their key objective, or 60% of them said their key objective for the employee recognition programs were A, improve morale, B, increase retention, or C, drive culture. I'll say that again. A, improve morale, B, increase retention, or C, drive culture. You can put your answers out in the chat.
Thanks so much, Corey. And before I move on to the next step of our journey, since we're halfway through, I wanted to show you a couple of other tools that we have in our toolbox here at Shumsky. Bear with me, I'll share my screen right now. So as important as getting your employees engaged is, it's also incredibly important that your employee experience is just as good. So one idea that we have for you is, as the times have changed and we're again moving towards that next normal, business casual has turned into biz leisure. We're seeing a huge trend in that. So our suggestion for that would be to pull in your sales team, pull in your employees, pull in everyone, and offer them something that's comfortable for working from home, for those Zoom meetings, for those client calls. Now, my personal suggestion would be to take that left chest logo and move it up just a bit so that it's seen on camera. It's really important right now that it's seen, right? And we can do this a couple of ways, right? So we can launch you a quick pop-up shop where employees can go on, select their size, and let us know where to send it. That's the easiest solution we have. And now that we've also moved mostly to virtual events for everyone, another idea that we have for you is utilizing our pop-up shops to be able to allow your attendees to come on and order product. We've done that for you today, and I will share that, what that looks like with you in just a moment. Our second idea for employee experiences is to really provide them something once a month or once a quarter, whatever your budget allows. And what that can be, it's super fun. We can bring in all kinds of items to our warehouse, kit them, and ship them out individually to your employees. And we can kit just about anything you need at our warehouse. Some of the best ideas I've seen out there so far is a bake-off. I mean, how fun is that? Everyone's cooking now. I know I've become a master chef in my own kitchen. We could do movie night with popcorn, blanket, hot cocoa for the young ones. Or we can even, help you host a 4 p.m. happy hour for all the employees across the nation. So those are just a couple of quick ideas. If any of those jump out to you, please reach out to your sales rep. Let us know what you think. But we'll go ahead and continue on with our journey with the next step, which will be e-commerce. So 1 second, and I will share our website with you. Okay, great. So once we finish up today, you all will have access to this pop-up store that we created specifically for you, specifically for this event, to show you what that virtual event experience is like. You will not have to log on initially. You'll be led straight to this screen. Now, a couple of features of our websites for those of you on who do not currently host a website with us is just the beautiful imagery that we offer. We can customize it to your brand colors, bring in just such wonderful, wonderful images, and we can embed videos into item descriptions. So this wonderful umbrella here, the Mood umbrella, it looks like just a regular everyday umbrella when you're looking at it, but once you get it wet, it changes. But who would know that from an image on a website? So why not drop in a small, short video letting people know how it works? So once you select your item, it'll take you to our checkout screen. Here you'll go ahead and log in as a new customer, but since I already have a login, I'll just type that in real quick. And you'll walk through the rest of the experience and checkout. Now, everyone on this call today will have access to one item, but I would like to offer you the chance to get a second item. So I want to take this moment to challenge everyone on this call to go ahead when they get to this site and click this Kickstart a Project button. This project that you kickstart can be anything that you dreamed of, anything that you want to happen. Go ahead and fill it all out. It'll be submitted to your sales rep, and we will contact you to start that project and help you get a second item from the website. Now I'm going to introduce my friend and colleague, Mr. Scott Lurkey, who is going to help us walk through some program-ready apparel from Alpha Broder and some great items from Primeline. Hi, Scott.
Hey, Bobby. Thank you guys for your time today. I very much appreciate it. I do want to start by saying how impressive that online platform really is. And in the process of setting up an online store, that's probably the most tedious and time-consuming process of the online store. And the fun part is selecting the product. But today I want to encourage all of us to take into consideration 3 factors when selecting products, because it's really important to consider these before you put things online. Number 1 would be the frequency of updating your online store. How often are you going to update this store? Is it once a year, twice a year, never? Plays a really significant factor in the products you're going to choose. Also, sizing. Do you need extended sizing? What is your male to female ratio within your organization? And then also, what is the male to female ratio of your client base? And then lastly, the size and scope of the project. What type of quantities are you anticipating that you'll need annually? Is there a quarter or time of the year that you have higher volume than others? These are really important conversations to have with your rep from Shumsky to help identify what the best product to select is. Now, at Alpha Broder, we recognized roughly 5 years ago the importance of designating what we would consider online store or program ready product. And that indication is called Prime Plus. What that means for you as a consumer is really simple. It's really three factors. One, our intention is to store at least a year's worth of supply and inventory in each Prime Plus designated style. Definitely important for online stores. Secondly, is guaranteed life cycle. We are guaranteeing for our product that we manufacture a minimum of 5 years of existence. And then we're encouraging our retail partners to also offer a minimum of 3 years of life cycle. It's really important when you consider, we mentioned before about how often you plan on updating your online store. And then lastly, having product that has a female companion as well as extended sizes, which is really important. Today, I'm going to show you guys a couple of examples of what we consider Prime Plus styles. You'll notice in these pieces that we consider them mostly our foundation styles. So, for example, we're going to have what we would consider basic polos in this collection, long sleeve polos in this collection, wovens, again, extended sizes as well as female companions, layering styles, as well as a large degree of outerwear, lightweight outerwear, and then also significant product from our wonderful retail partners that include Under Armour, as well as, I'll show you a couple more pieces here in Under Armour. And then also what I am particularly wearing from my favorite brand, Spider, which is one of our new retail partners. I'm wearing one of the polos in this collection. Here's a couple of examples of our outerwear pieces. Now, you'll notice that none of these pieces may not come out and surprise you or look maybe as from a trend perspective that they're hot trends. And that goes back to what I was mentioning to you guys before about how often you intend to update your website and update your online store. Now, if you intend to update your online store on a consistent basis, you've got a lot more flexibility in regards to some of these trending styles. The typical life cycle of a retail product is about a year. So maybe not the best product to be putting on a store that you want to have longevity with. But if you're going to pick a product and you're going to update your store frequently, maybe something to consider. If you're only going to update once a year, or maybe twice a year, a lot of these pieces, what we would consider the foundation styles, are what we would consider you pushing. Now, everything that I've shown you, we're not guesses. We're talking significant inventory. And in this case, this particular product, we keep 500,000 units in black alone at all times. So that's a pretty significant investment on our end. These weren't guesses. This was 10 years of data that we've acquired, and then also feedback from great partners like Shumsky on what the best fit would be in regards to online stores. So these are best sellers. They've got extended inventory, and they have men's and ladies companions. And our goal is to keep inventory for 12 months of a year at all times. So again, my focus when you're thinking about putting new products in online stores is having the conversation of how often we're going to update the store, what are the sizes that we need, and then also the size and scope of the project. If you have that conversation with your rep at Shumsky, I think you'll have a lot of success with your online store. And then switching over to promotional products, we also recognize the importance of having low minimums. It's important for you to not have a lot of inventory sitting in an online store. I know it can be a pretty large upfront investment. So we've worked with partners like Shumsky to lower our minimums in some of our best-selling program styles. And since you've already seen drinkware and you've also seen some of the gift sets, I'm going to limit some of the product I show you today to some of our new styles that I think are desktop friendly or work from home friendly. And this is important. We all know we're going to be working from home for the foreseeable future. So let's make product that's going to be at our desktops or bedside on a consistent basis so we get a good ROI, or what I would consider a low cost per impression. One of the examples I want to show you guys today is one of our brand new chargers. This is going to be a wireless charger. Great imprint location, as you see. If your customer or one of your employees receive this product, the odds are really good it's going to get plugged in by their desktop, by their computer, or it's going to be plugged in by their bedside, which means you're going to be seeing your brand on a consistent basis every single day. That means it's going to be a low cost per impression. It might be a little bit more of an expensive product, but your cost per impression is going to go way down because they're going to see it every single day. Another piece I'm a really big fan of that's exclusive to our company is our brand new debossed refillable journal with a wireless charger on the outside. So this slides right off, as you see. So if maybe you're taking notes right now in the middle of this presentation and you want to charge your phone, you're able to do so. And then when you're ready to go, you just slide this back on and you're on your way. So relatively inexpensive product too, which is a really fun thing to consider. And then lastly, I want to share with you guys one of our new bags. So this is one of our new bags. It's a cooler, can fit up to 12 cans at one time. And then it also has a Bluetooth speaker. Now, this isn't necessarily new in the marketplace, but what makes this unique is when you turn it on, it lights up. So definitely a novelty product, a lot of fun, but also very functional. You'll notice everything I also showed you guys was really easy to transport in individual packages, relatively lightweight. That's important too, because we're going to be doing a lot of drop shipping for the holiday season for our employees and then also for our customers. So we want to pick products that's easy to package, lightweight, and inexpensive to ship. So that was all I wanted to share today, Bobby. I want to hand it back over to you.
Thanks, Scott, and please stick around for a moment. I have a couple of questions for you that I'd like for you to answer, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and pose the next trivia question to all of our attendees today. So when it comes to e-commerce stores, what is the top selling item in company e-stores? A, power banks, B, t-shirts, C, coffee mugs. So please go ahead and put your answer in the chat and let us know what you think. I will read it one more time. What is the top selling item in company e-stores? A, power banks, B, t-shirts, C, coffee mugs. Now, Scott, I do have a couple of questions for you. So Shumsky, we have our own warehouse. So if you don't have pre-made kits, we definitely have the option to bring those in, kit them for them, ship them out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. And then I also wanted to touch base with you on the state of the apparel industry since COVID hit. Now, you and I had a personal conversation about this maybe a week or two ago, and stock levels can be a little bit scary at this time in particular. Can you explain that a little bit and any suggestions that you might have for any of our customers who currently have uniform programs that are watching?
Yeah, Bobby, great question, and thank you for that. So, Bobby's right. As I'm sure we're all seeing, not just in our business, but in industry across the globe, we're having some inventory challenges. A lot of our mill partners were shut down all of March through May, which caused significant inventory backlogs. A lot of the fleece is created during that time frame. So a lot of our mill partners are catching up on their inventory positioning as we speak, but it's still putting us roughly 6 weeks behind our schedule. So, and from the conversations I've had with people outside of our industry, this is a pretty common feature we're seeing right now. You're seeing it with appliances, a lot of lumber. It doesn't really matter what it is. A lot of people are experiencing some backlogs in inventory. So we're hoping by the end of this year we'll start seeing some real semblances of inventory position. But my suggestion, as Bobby mentioned, if you are intending to purchase apparel for the remainder of the year, try to be as proactive as you possibly can. If that's something you're normally placing towards the end of the year, definitely consider making that purchase faster than you normally would. I know that might sound like a sales tactic to get you to purchase now, but truly inventory, we're seeing struggles across the industry right now. So definitely start being more proactive in that conversation with your employees and management, people who make decisions, because we're going to be in this for, unfortunately, the foreseeable future. But we're hoping by the beginning of Q1 next year, we're going to see some real semblances of normalcy, but that doesn't stop the holiday season. So, and to be more specific too, guys, that's more specific on the apparel side. The promotional product side is actually in pretty good shape. But on the apparel side, we're seeing some supply chain holes that we hope to rectify as soon as possible.
And you just mentioned the holidays, and they are coming up quickly. How quickly would you suggest any of our customers who are currently listening who have not placed their holiday orders for their employees to get on
Yesterday.
So the time is now, everyone.
Yeah, and as Bobby mentioned too, Shumsky does a really good job with kitting, and they needed time to help prepare for that as well and source the product. So, the sooner the better you can get that out the door. We expect to have similar volume in the holiday season, and we're also remaining working with socially distancing, right? So that's going to limit our capacity, and we're still expecting comparable demand. So if you have the ability to order sooner rather than later, you'll be doing yourself a tremendous favor.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Scott. It was great seeing you. So now we're going to move on to the fifth portion of our journey, which revolves around years of service and recognition, milestones. I think that this is probably one of the most important steps of our journey. If you look at our journey so far, we've really focused on bringing that employee in and engaging them right away. So we've engaged that employee through the e-commerce store most recently, and now we really need to keep that employee engaged year over year. And through our years of service and milestones and recognition programs, we can help you to really recognize those employees as those have happened. When they get promoted, when they reach that 5-year milestone. If you have a staff of millennials, maybe we're recognizing them every year to keep them on track with us. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my friend Matt, who's going to help us with some products in regards to years of service and milestones. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Bobby. Thanks for having me today.
Of course.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with what you guys have put together and these steps of the journey. And, you know, the milestones and years of service kind of build on what you've already talked about. You know, Steve and Amy talked about kind of recruitment ideas. So now you have the good employees that you want. And, you know, down the road, you still need to show them that they are important to the company. So I'm going to start with sharing my screen really quick and jumping into the PowerPoint. So the first slide that I'm going to show you, oops, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry about that. Here we go. So the first slide has a pretty cool quote. Appreciating people's great work accelerates engagement dramatically and makes struggling companies better and good companies great. So I thought this was a great quote. You know, you talked about this with the incentives a little bit already. As you can see on this slide, there are a number of items, one of them being an award on the side displaying Casey's congratulations on being at the company for 10 years. So I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of the traditional years of service and milestone pieces, as well as some of the new age options that we've seen trending in the past few years. And that includes some more functional items or kits, as you can see here on this slide. So the traditional items, as I mentioned, the crystal. I don't know if you could see behind me when I first jumped on, but I actually do have a few pieces of crystal hanging up in my office at home. And the crystal is really a kind of a billboard for credibility. If you walk into somebody's office and it says, you know, hey, Bobby's been here for 30 years, you immediately gain some respect for that person. Not to mention when they get the award, it's gratifying that you're showing some appreciation down the road. So I'm going to go through a few different options with the crystal. The best kind of thing about the crystal is we have one-piece minimums on a lot of the pieces. So if you do only have one person celebrating a milestone for that year, if you are a small to mid-sized company, you don't have to buy, you know, 3 or 6 or 10 of something. You can buy a one-off for that one person for that year. So price points really all over the board with the crystal. One of the most common, I guess, sets for the years of service are these kind of tiered options. So we have probably a dozen or 15 different designs on these tiered options, but you can see the different years of service based on the size, kind of small, medium, large. So we do have a ton of options with those. Again, very low minimums with the crystal. Let's say you like the idea of the crystal, but want to do something a little bit more modern. We do have some art glass options. So some really cool design options. Again, price points all over the board. We actually have some really cool kind of sculpture-esque pieces up in the $200, $300, $400 options. So just kind of a new age crystal piece with the art glass. We can also print 4-color process on a number of our awards. So if you do want to showcase somebody's picture or some additional achievements on a piece, we do have some options for that. This is actually an acrylic piece. So it's a kind of a budget-friendly substitute for the crystal that I have been mentioning, because those are a little bit of a higher price point. But if you think about it, if you're doing, you know, something for somebody's 30-year milestone, you know, spending $80 on a piece isn't too crazy. But wanted to make sure to show off some of the lower price point options and some of the kind of digital print capabilities that we can do with some of our award options. So clocks are another big category for us in terms of years of service, kind of another classic option. Again, price points kind of all over the board. We have some really cool modern stainless clock options, as well as some kind of old school rosewood desk clocks also. So just like the crystal, a lot of one-piece minimums on the clocks, which is huge for this kind of category. Again, because you might not have everybody's milestones lining up in the same year. You can just run, one at a time with a lot of these items that I am showing. So something that we have seen a trend in the past few years, especially, I mean, I've been with the Magna Group for just over 5 years now. And I've definitely seen an increase in requests in terms of functional awards. So we can personalize most of our gift set options as well. So if you wanted to put, Bobby Mitchum 10 years on one of these pieces, we can do that kind of setup like an award, but it is something that they can use. So we have seen this kind of trend. And the next few slides, I'm going to be showing some more of these kind of functional new age options in terms of years of service. So this does kind of go in some of the incentive items that they talked about a while ago. Could be some similar options in terms of years of service awards. So this cutting board here on the left actually was on the ShumskyFest website. I did see that. It's one of our hottest pieces and hottest pieces for the holidays. As Scott mentioned, place your holiday orders yesterday. But that is one of my favorite pieces. This is also something that will be shown off if the employee is having friends or family over. They want to pop out a nice cheese board and kind of show off their years of service gift from the company, instead of having a piece of crystal maybe in their office at work. So again, we have a number of options in the gift set, in the kind of cutting board categories, price points all over the place. One of my favorite pieces that I've been pitching for awards in the past couple of years has been this piece on the left. It's called the Fusion. So this is actually a power bank and a Bluetooth speaker in one. So a multifunctional item, which everybody loves. We do have the ability to print full color here, and we can also laser imprint the edge. So we can personalize this piece. So a really cool tech piece. It does come with a stand as well. So if someone does want to stand it and display it on a desk, kind of like an award, they can do that. Or again, if they want to keep it in their purse or backpack and kind of have a traveling award, if you will, they can do that. But that's one of my favorite pieces. This is about $75 on that one. That one is a 6-piece minimum. So with a lot of the more functional awards that I'm talking about, the minimum is going to be a little bit higher, but we're still talking 6 to 10 pieces on a lot of the items. Another item, nice set of Bluetooth earbuds here in the middle. And then this is another item that can sit on the desk. So this is called the Link. This is a wireless charger and Bluetooth speaker in one. It is also a 4-port USB hub. So on the back, kind of behind the phone, 4 USB ports, as well as a USB-C port. So it can really be used as kind of your all-in-one tech hub. Again, kind of a forward-facing, non-traditional award with the Link. One of my other favorite pieces, this is also from Brand Charger, which is one of our lines. The same as the Fusion, the power bank and Bluetooth speaker I was just mentioning, is this piece, the Phantom Backpack. So I actually have 2 different companies that I work with right now where this is a milestone gift. So one of the companies calls it the 5-year backpack, which I thought was pretty cool. So, hey, you see somebody walking into the office with the backpack on, they've been there for at least 5 years. So the Phantom is a really, really cool tech bag. So it actually has a cord built into the strap, so you can plug your phone in to your backpack strap with a power bank on the inside and charge your phone through the bag, not having to have both of them out of the bag at the same time, which is great for travel. There's also a TSA lock on the side. So this actually locks your bag up like a briefcase. there's a little combo as well as a key that it comes with, and then kind of an internal picture here as well. So just over $60 on this. This is a 6-piece minimum, but I had to share this because, like I said, it's in a couple of programs that I'm already working on, and the kind of title of the 5-year backpack or the 5-year blanket or whatever it may be could be really cool for your company as well. So just some stats to finish up. The first one I think is pretty self-explanatory. Happiness raises business productivity about 31%. This one I found kind of shocking. 65% of employees haven't received any form of recognition for good work this year. So that goes a little bit into incentives. But the kind of initial courting process is really where I feel like a lot of companies are really trying to put their best foot forward. It's kind of like dating in that way. But a year in, 5 years in, you still have to show that same appreciation. So make sure you're thinking about the years of service, the gifts of affirmation, and things like that listed below that as well. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, maybe you've been doing awards or milestone gifts the end of the year, the past few years, but people aren't coming into the office anymore. We are offering free drop ships right now through the end of the year. So all you have to pay is the shipping, but the drop ship charge is at no charge, which is something definitely to take advantage of, specifically in terms of these kind of years of service awards.
Wow, that's a lot. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, I was flying a little bit, so a lot to get through, but appreciate you guys having me, and I'll take any questions if you got them.
Yeah, we appreciate you stopping by. So before I move to the final step of our journey, I am going to ask a quick trivia question to everyone. So this one is based off of years of service and milestones and recognition. Employees prefer their recognition for years of service or milestones to be A, expensive, B, unique, or C, personalized. Now that one's a little tricky, so I'm going to read it again. Employees prefer their recognition for years of service or milestones to be A, expensive, B, unique, or C, personalized. Go ahead and put your answer in the chat. And before we move on to the last step, I do want to go ahead and take us back to our Boost Engagement platform as another option for years of service and milestones. We talked a lot about it being useful for peer-to-peer recognition, but that same social media feed, those same point system can also be used to reward your employees for their years of service, for that promotion, for that birthday, for anything that they're celebrating. We can use that same platform for, if you don't want to go with the more traditional award or a fun tech item. So please keep that in mind. Reach out to your Shumsky rep if you have any questions on how we can combine years of service with peer-to-peer recognition and put them all together for you in one beautiful little package. So now I'm going to pass the reins back over to Amy Berger and Josh, and they will present the final step of the journey. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Bobby. Thank you. And hey, I love the Phantom backpack. It made me like nostalgic to travel again. So I love gifts like that.
Get back on the road.
Yeah, gifts like that have that dual purpose are really, really unique. Because like Matt said, how often do you show off your crystal award unless someone is right there in front of you and the award is right there? You're more likely to have that backpack and strike up a conversation and talk about it. So I think it's a great idea.
Wonderful.
So I am going to take us through our last step of the journey. Can you believe it? We are almost done. And I am going to be bringing on my friend Josh. But before I do, I want to ask a trivia question of you. This will be our last question of the day. So chat your answers. All right. Based on a 2019 survey, what percentage of people said their departing gift was underwhelming? There's nothing worse than either going to leave a company or retire from a company and the gift you get is really blah. So we want to put some aha back into those gifts. And we want to take and use that bittersweet moment that your employee is leaving and turn it into a way to commemorate their work, celebrate all they've accomplished, and make a brand ambassador community member for you. That is so important. Even after someone leaves, to keep people engaged with your company, you never know what opportunities that could open up for you. So here to bring me wow gifts is my friend Josh with Toddy Promo. Hi, Josh. Good
Hey,
to
how
see
is everybody?
you.
We made it. It's the last step
know.
of the journey.
Yeah.
Really great job, everyone, thus far, especially Shumsky for putting this on. Last step of the journey with Shumsky, and then also in the roles and the careers that everyone has. So you nailed it. We definitely don't want to provide anything that's underwhelming, right? We just worked
Right.
all of these years, and we want to commemorate that and provide something with some pizzazz. And so we're going to go through some things, products that are really going to stick around. We don't want to provide anything that is going to be thrown away or given to the kids or end up in what I call a junk drawer. We really want to have things that you use every day. And we're going to go through those products. I'm just going to get right into it. One of the products that is, our flagship product, as a matter of fact, for our company is a microfiber cleaning cloth. And this microfiber cleaning cloth, the owner of our company when he started, came out with this cloth when all of the touch screens were coming out. And to this day, it is the most requested product for samples. Very simple, nice decoration. And so you'll get, I'll be a little redundant with full color. So that's going to make a difference in your message. So right now we have a breast cancer awareness message, no one fights alone. And then also they have the logo subtly in the corner as well. So take that, turn it into a message from, alumni and the legacy part of that. And we could also provide custom packaging. So you could add further messaging. You could, say thank you in that way as well. The other product that we have that is just around the house, whether it's at your desk, right now it's work from home desks, but is the Wedge mobile device stand. Oh, you've got one.
I've
There
got
you go.
mine. It was one of the first things. It was one of the first things I took from my desk when we went remote. Isn't that crazy?
That's perfect. Me too. I have about 7 of them on my desk right now. No, it's our patented product. You can never go wrong with the Wedge mobile device stand. Now, the microfiber cloth, and I love that you have that design because that actually matches this microfiber cleaning cloth. So we're going to talk about kits, but imagine that. Take a microfiber cleaning cloth and our Wedge mobile device stand with the same exact art and the same exact message and thank you, and turn it into a kit. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But so this plush material, that's the bread and butter of this cloth. That is the same plush material as what's on the bottom of the Wedge mobile device stand. And we have 7 different colors of that plush material. So you can actually choose whichever color best fits that brand or logo. And even just message, if you want to go fun and do like a lime green, or you could do rust, which is like an orange. We've got red, as you can see, blue, basic black, and ash, which is gray. So definitely a bunch of different options, but the most important part is to be able to full color dye sublimate any of our products that are microfiber or UV decorate our hard goods. Taking that Wedge even a step further, right? We have a phone stand that we can clean our phone screen with. Well, now let's take multifunctional and add that into it, into a charger, a Wedge charging device. So we have the same exact handmade, hand sewn, and now we're putting a tangible product, a 10-watt Qi certified wireless charger inside that product. Now, my grandmother has a Wedge on her windowsill. So when she washes dishes with her old cell phone, she puts music on. So she loves the Wedge. I don't know that her phone can actually be capable of charging, but we add that functionality to an existing best-selling product, and that just gives it more value, more use, whether it's next to your bed or in the living room or at your desk. If you're, find a hobby after you're tired and have that wedge mobile device stand with or without a charger next to you. I also take one on the road with me wherever I go.
Josh, tell everybody why Qi certified is so important.
Yes, great question. It's kind of a weird term, Qi, or some people call it QI certified. What that means is we've done the testing on our end to make sure that it won't blow up on you. I don't think we would do very well if we provided a retirement gift and then, a couple months later it blew up on you. So when you're dealing with wireless charging, Qi certification means that we've paid for that testing, third-party testing from an outside company to come in and test the components and test the products. And you're going to have that logo right here at the bottom. You see that? There we go. That means it's certified, Qi certified. It also has a foreign object detector. So if you have like a metal plate on the back of your case that you use for a magnetic car mount in your car or something like that, or maybe just a really thick outer box, or even like a pop socket, our chargers will basically say to themselves, oh, there's a foreign object. I'm not going to charge this guy. And if I do try to charge it, and if I ever overheat, I'm going to turn myself off until I reach that ambient temperature where it's safe to turn back on. And so we have all those testing documents. When we talk about having some sort of a electronic device or charging inside of a recycled milk jug bead, microfiber, plush, that can't be safe, right? So we took it a step further. Not only did we get the Qi certification for this product, but we also went to UL and said, hey, we've never dealt with this before. We want you to go ahead and test this as well. UL is mostly used for like power banks with battery cells. And however, wireless chargers don't have battery cells. We felt it was best to have UL go ahead and test this. And it took almost over a year. That product was long due. And like Shumsky, a lot of people, anticipated it. But, we have to be safe and providing a product that, especially for, someone, alumni or legacy, want to make sure that that's going to last a long time.
Absolutely. You do not want to have your brand on the internet blowing up. So
Exactly.
I think it's great that you do that kind of testing with that product. So we make sure that our customers are getting a top-notch quality.
Right. Yep. And we take pride in that. And by partnering with Shumsky, we provide all of the information, or just transparent, up front, and we'll let you know.
Yeah.
And for anybody that requires testing documents, we will provide those to Shumsky as well upon request. Another wireless charger that I really like, that's really retail, is this one. It's the triple coil. So it's got a nice rubberized texture. There you go with that logo, that Qi certification logo again. And a nice full color imprint with any sort of logo. You have any capability of doing this however you want it to look. Logo on the side and maybe the message in the middle, co-brand it. However you'd like it to look, we could do full color. So this one in particular, when we talk about coils and charging, this is what the inside of a wireless charger looks like. These are actually the coils that are exerting the energy into your phone. Now this particular one, the plate is purposely taken off, and I could deassemble it and show you the inside and the guts. We're not afraid to show you how it's made and what it looks like. We want you to know. We want to educate you and, again, make you feel comfortable by providing this gift to someone. So that's what that coil looks like. And this particular model has 3 coils. So no matter where you put your phone, it's always going to connect with the coil in your phone. Very retail. You can put this in your car. I like it just because it has that rubberized texture. So if it is sitting on my desk, it doesn't really move around too much. So really great option.
It's very classy.
Sleek. Yeah, very sleek.
That's a good word. Sleek.
Exactly.
I love
sleek
that.
And sexy.
Yeah.
There you
We
go.
love products that are that way. Come on.
It's not 5 o'clock yet. We can't go too far. Talking about packaging. Yeah, so we have a really nice option for a wireless charger to do custom packaging, have that message on the package as well. All on the side and on the back. Has all the information here at the bottom regarding the product itself. And so we could provide that. This is, reminds me of like the VCR kind of like tape. So really nice foam, just, has the instructions and the components that you need for this as well when it gets delivered.
That package is high perceived value.
Absolutely. Yeah. When you get into like maybe that person is, you've got a person who's retired and they're getting in an RV and they're traveling around the States, and something that would be really great for that person in particular would be the wireless charging car mount. Qi certified 10-watt wireless charger. So when you talk about watts, talking a whole nother thing about speed. 5-watt wireless charger, it's a little bit slower. 10-watt wireless charger, a lot faster. That's almost like the equivalent to plugging into just a regular outlet with your cord or what have you. So full color imprint will be located in the center of this. This is the packaging, very, very low minimums. And what I call the Uber arm that has a suction cup. You can add that for really low price and put it on your windshield or your dashboard. But this will automatically come with a vent clip, a very sturdy spring. We actually had the spring redesigned because when you add your device to something like this, it gives it a little bit of weight. So we made sure that the vent clip is not a cheap vent clip. It won't break on you. So, and again, packaging, really nice perceived value there. And then, the trend that I've been hearing today is kitting. Shumsky does a great job of not only internal kitting, but we can also kit for you. So let's say that you do want a wireless charger with custom packaging, and maybe you want the wedge mobile device stand and then a cloth inside a kit. It's like, okay, so I love those 3 products. I can't just choose one. We could do a full color custom pouch and fulfill each of those products. And we can customize that pouch as well. And now you have this nice bundle. We do this all the time, especially now more than ever, and drop ship internally as well. And Shumsky, I think, Amy, you were going to touch base on a little bit further into that.
Right. We can put together multiple products into kits. So even if you've seen one from every vendor that you love, we will bring those all into our warehouse. We'll kit them for you. We'll send them out. And we'll make sure your employees get a great experience and that they are not disappointed by their gift they get when they are leaving. So, Josh, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you taking the time today.
Yeah, it was really great. Yeah, thank you for having me, and great job to everyone, and a lot of great chats going on. So, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So right now, to recap everything and get us finished up, I'm going to send it back to Don Conway. Hi, Don.
Hey, Amy, thank you. Well, first of all, thanks to all our presenters, Melissa, Julie, Amy, fantastic, Steve, Sandra, Mike, Bobby, Matt, Corey, Scott, and Josh. Thank you all for taking the time. I hope you all learned something today, or taking away some really cool ideas. Telling your story with drinkware, biz leisure, maybe being the first time being introduced to our Boost platform for rewards and recognition, our pop-up stores, work from home products. Make sure holiday apparel, you heard that, order early because of COVID, particularly with apparel. So I hope you took something away today. And before I answer the grand prize, or before I tell you who the grand prize winner is, I just want to remind you, for those who have received your box, and when you get your box, everything that we went through today is here. So it takes you through the whole journey, from onboarding to inspiring to retiring to alumni. The whole thing is in here. So please take a look at that. Again, thanks to all of you who joined us today and stayed for the full 90 minutes. There will be a recording of this, has been recorded, and we will send out a link so that if any of your colleagues weren't able to attend today, they can listen in. And drum roll, please. Our grand prize winner is John Conroy from Delphi Technologies. So congratulations, John. And with that, we are right at the bottom of the hour. So again, thank you to everyone. Thank you to the presenters. Thank you to all our folks who joined us today. Be safe. Have a great day.